Now that we've filled out our master sketch for this particular matching game, and I put rule 6 up there, remember, no repeats in the column. So whatever goes in one column, say if n is r, then I can't put r below it with o. Given this, I think you're going to find that the rest of these questions, the 6 questions that are involved with this game, will be relatively straightforward. Let's start with the first one. Which one of the following statements must be true? Meaning, there's no other way for this to happen, no other conditions are possible. Let's see. A, does it have to be true that N's fall sport is running? Well, no. It could be mountaineering. That's out, right? We had 2 options for A in the fall. I mean for N, either M or R. What about B? Does it have to be the case that winter is volleyball for N? Yes, that does have to be the case because that was the only thing that could go into N's winter column. So that's correct, and we're done. There's the answer. Feels like this is cheating, right? It's a little too easy here, right? But take a moment and pause the video and look through choices C, D, and E and see if you can show why these do not have to be true. Right? Let's look at number 2. It cannot be true that both N and O participate during the year in which one of the following sports. Let's go, but this time let's reverse it around. Let's start with, work our way from E all the way up. So translate this. We can't have volleyball appearing twice in the year. Let's see if that's the case. If that's true, that volleyball does not appear twice, then this would be the correct answer, right? Because we're looking for what is it that they can't both do. Well, we can scratch that out right off the bat. E is clearly wrong because volleyball is in fact the winter for N, and it's in the summer for who plays volleyball in the winter? Sorry, that's a little random. But anyway, okay, so that's out. What about R? Can we have R appear twice? Well, sure. We could have R here and R over there. All right, that'd be fine. So that's certainly possible. What about M? Could we do M twice in the year? Absolutely. So say, for example, I could have M for the fall for auto, and I could have M for the spring for N. That's out. Kayaking. Can we do that twice? Sure. I could have kayaking in the summer for N and kayaking in the spring for O. That's out. Process of elimination. The answer's got to be A, hockey. But look at that for a minute. Hockey appears in the winter for O, but nowhere is hockey an option for N. So we will not have hockey appear twice in the year. And there's our answer. Okay, let's look at 3. If, now, okay, let me just read over this. If, circle that. If N's fall sport is running, then which one of the following statements must be true? Well, when we have an if state, that means we need to make a new sketch to capture that sort of change to our master sketch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sketch that a little bit below here. And what I'm going to do is if N's fall sport is running, remember for N we had 2 options. It could either be M or R. So if we put running there, let's see what happens. So N is running, that means O has to be mountaineering, right? And we know still that stays the same, V and H. And then since I put running in here, I only have the options of K or M for the spring for N. And then since mountaineering appears with O, O's options are K or R for that. And then since I've placed, I haven't done either of those, so I could do either K or M for the spring for N and volleyball for O. Okay, so this would be, given that information, here's our new sketch. Let's see what we got. Which one of the following must be true? So in other words, no options here. Well, it looks like the ones that are solid are these right here, this little box set, right? There's no wiggling around that. If we're running in the fall, then we have to be doing that, this, and that. And then the other thing that's unshakable is that one too. So let's try those first. Let's see if we've got that. A, does it have to be the case that spring is kayaking? No, because it could be mountaineering. That's out. Oh, that's too pale of a color. Let me darken that up a little bit. Okay, so that's out. What about B? Summer sport is mountaineering? Nope, not necessarily because it could be K. That's out. Auto's fall sport is mountaineering? Yes, that has to be the case. There's no other option for auto. So there's our correct answer. Again, I'd encourage you to check the other ones and see why those they do not necessarily have to be true. Okay, let me pause this video here for a moment, and let me kind of rearrange the screen so we can handle the remaining 3 questions. Okay, we're back. Let's do this one. Which one of the following statements could be true? All right, so in other words, does not break any of our rules. It's something that's possible. They didn't give us an if, so we don't need to make any new sketch. We just look at the sketch that we have. And let's just go down the line. We'll start with A. N's fall sport cannot be. So neither mountaineering nor running. All right. Well, is that possible? That she would be playing, in other words, that she'd be playing something else besides mountaineering or running in the fall? Well, no. That's the only two options we have for N, is either mountaineering or running, so that can't be true. There's no other thing that she could do. What about B? Nikki's spring sport is neither mountaineering nor running. Is that possible, that we could do something different in the spring than mountaineering or running? Well, yeah, we could do kayaking. So there we go. We're done. That's the correct answer. It's possible that she doesn't play M or R in the spring, because we have another option. It could have been kayaking. So that's correct. All right, let's look at the next one, 5. If Otto, so we have an if Otto does not run during the year, then which of the following statements must be false? Well, let's set up our new sketch. If Otto does not run. Well, that means for the fall, Otto's got to be doing mountaineering. And that also means for the fall for Nikki, she's got to be doing running. And then we can fill in some stuff as we go. That's right, that didn't stay. Well, if Nikki is running in the fall, that means she can't be doing it in the spring, so she can only be doing K or M. Same thing with the summer, K or M. And then for Otto, if he's not running ever, then that means he could be doing K or M in the spring, and he's doing volleyball. Right? So there's our quick kind of sketch there. Let's see, which of the following statements must be false? Well, let's see. It must be the case that A, that your fall sport is running. Well, that's not false. That's true. It has to be. That's out. That's not wrong. N's spring sport is running. Does that have to be false? Yes. Yes, it does, because the only things that N could be playing in the spring would be either kayaking or mountaineering. So there's our answer. Yeah, feels like that's kind of a little too easy, right? But check the other answer choices and see why those do not have to be false. In other words, wrong answer choices are things that could be true. All right, last one. Which one of the following statements could be true? Let's see. Let's look at this for a minute. Is it possible that we could have, well, actually, let me clear up a little bit for a minute. This one's going to take a little bit of time, probably the longest question in this set, because we've got all these different options and we just kind of have to play them out. Let's see what happens. And I just suggest, let's just go down the line. Let's start with A for a minute. N's fall sport is mountaineering. So in the fall, we've got M for N. And then, of course, that means O would have to be running then. And O's spring sport is running. Oh, that's right there. We have to stop there. That can't be true, because if M is running in the fall, that means Otto has to be running in the fall. So he can't be running in the spring. So that's out. That's wrong. Okay, what about B? N's spring sport is running. Okay, that's possible. And her summer sport is mountaineering. Okay, let's play this out. Let's see what we got. So far, it seems like that is a potential. I spot actually a problem with it, but let's just play it. Hold on a second. Do that again. There we go. All right, let's look at this one. So then that means if N's spring sport is running, so we'll put spring, she's running in the spring. Okay, that means she can't be running anywhere else, right? Once we place spring, running. And then the only other place where running would appear is in the fall. So that means she must be mountaineering in the fall. And then that and there, and then in the spring, her option would be either summer, I should say. Her option would be either kayaking or mountaineering. Well, we placed mountaineering already, so she has to be kayaking. We got a problem. Her summer sport can't be mountaineering. Her summer sport would have to be kayaking. This is out. If I went over that too fast, take a moment, pause the video, maybe rewind it a little bit, and see if what I said made sense. Okay. Let's do the last. Okay, so B is out. Let's try C. N's spring sport is mountaineering. So in the spring, if we are mountaineering in the spring, then that means, what else could we deduce from that? If she's mountaineering here, she can't be mountaineering there, so she would have to be running. That would be volleyball. And then that would mean, if she's mountaineering here, in the summer, she'd have to be kayaking. Okay, so we basically filled out her whole agenda for the year. And then it says, O's fall sport is mountaineering. Is that possible? Well, yeah, right? If we're running in the fall, then O would have to have M there, and then we'd have H, and then would there be it could be either K or R over here, and then V over there. Yeah, that's fine. That is absolutely possible. We could do that. So the answer is C. Hopefully this made sense. Give me some complaints in the comments if it didn't at all, or if there was something that confused you, and I will rectify it.